Hello, and welcome to my full watch-along of WCW Fall Brawl 1994. On today, the 30th anniversary of this event. This took place on the 18th of September 1994. And to celebrate the anniversary, we're going to give it another watch 3 decades later. Now, fair warning, I'm not going to be showing the show because this is YouTube and copyright law is a thing. I can't just show an entire wrestling show that's owned by WWE. That's illegal. So, I won't be doing that. Instead, you will need to fire up your own version of the WWE Network or Peacock or whatever your international version of the network is. And fire up WCW Fall Brawl 1994. Get it to this point where you're paused at 0000. And then we'll do a countdown and we'll click play together. And I'll show about 5 seconds just so you can see that you're in sync enough for your own satisfaction with my version. But then it'll fade out. There'll be no sound, no video. It'll just fade to a still image. And then you'll just have my voice on this particular video. And then obviously on another device or another screen, you'll need to have the actual event on the network. So pause this video, go get yourself set up, and then we'll get started. And through the magic of the fact that I can be paused, I'm going to assume everyone has done that now. So the next thing we're going to do is the countdown. We're going to do 3, 2, 1, then you should hear me click. I try and do it loud next to the microphone, but just to be sure, like I said, will leave 5 seconds or so of footage in just so you can sync up. So you ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, I hope that was loud enough, but here it is just in case. 3, 4, 5, and fade. I don't know what this is. Okay. Is Roanoke a notorious military town? Mark Mello and William Regal. Oh, look who that is. Okay, Steve Austin and Ricky Steamboat. Hell yeah. Look at the baby Buff Bagwell there. Oh my god. We're getting War Games. Amazing. Okay. This is great. Sign me up. I don't know what the... I guess it's because it's War Games. Yeah, okay. I was going to say I don't know what all the military stuff is. But yeah, it's War Games. That makes sense. Is that Jim Ross? Where's the bass gone from his voice? Why is he talking like this? Or is it Tony Schiavone? In which case, same question. It's hard to tell. I think it's JR. I hate stuff like this. Couple of reasons, and I'm going to talk over this, man. First of all, this is World Championship Wrestling, not American Championship Wrestling. Why should I, as someone not in America but in the world, care about this? But second, it's just a waste of time on the show. Just fireworks, bam, 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 bam. Theme music, let's go. Opening match. Not some, I'm guessing, country guy. I don't know who he is. That's my point. Some country guy I've never heard of, singing a song I've never cared about, in a iteration that isn't particularly unique. It's been done a cappella to death. Just because he's got a bit of a country twang doesn't make it unique. And, just crack on with the show. It takes all the momentum out. Like, the crowd's all excited. They get everyone hyped up. They play some music. They set off some fireworks. And then they make everyone stand there with their hand on the chest. Yeah, okay, so they're doing fireworks again afterwards. That's good, at least. But, like... I just hate it. I hate it. And I'd hate it if it was the British national anthem as well, by the way. Oh, it's Tony Schiavone. Bobby Heenan in a neck brace. Where's it? The bass gone from his voice? He doesn't have the deepest voice ever, but what is going on? Who the hell's the guardian angel? Oh, listen to that reaction. This is 2 years before the NWO. He just can't even be bothered being there. Crazy. He's there by satellite. Oh. Oh, heck. Oh, we're not going to get Austin Steamboat. I was excited for that one. I'll tell you what, Bobby the Brain Heenan doing a bit about not wanting to interrupt Tony Schiavone and interrupting him by doing it. Phenomenal. Also, why did Gene get a black microphone and Tony Schiavone got a purple one? Purple bias says the purple one looked way better. Look at the abs on Mark Memo. Sorry, Johnny B. Bad. It's a mustache as well. What's the classic line? I like a nice mustache myself. Mr. Johnny be bad. So is he just an outright babyface? Because this sort of gimmick is usually a heel gimmick, especially like in those days. Like I'm thinking like Rick Rude. That's like the classic way to play the kind of look at me, I'm really attractive gimmick. Even in women, like I know women were more used just as a sort of an eye candy kind of thing back in the day. But the ones who were super aware of how hot they are were still generally heels. And especially now, if a woman's gimmick in this day and age is look at me, I'm hot, heel immediately. But Johnny B. Bad seems to be the face here. His attendant. Sir William! Foreshadowing to his name. 8 stone! Did he just say he weighs 8 stone 2 pounds? Because absolutely not, no he doesn't. I weigh more than that, and I'm a skinny boy. Okay, that guy's got fair bicep on him, but still, sit down, get out that little girl's way. They're showing a kid being excited at a wrestling event. This guy's like, yeah, but check out my guns, bro. Like, shove off. I don't know how many times they have to tell fans this on these watch-alongs, but the show isn't about you. It's not about you. Enjoy the show, cheer, boo, all that, but don't try and take center stage, because you're not. You're a paying attendant. You're looking like a gumball machine. Yeah, looks magnificent, sir. That's some creative names, isn't it? Ring 1 and Ring 2. Hey, look at the mustache on Nick Patrick as well. What would William Regal look like with a mustache? I bet he'd have like a really distinguished gentleman mustache. I bet he'd look great. I love the character work of Regal. The way he just everything about him is just like tough. I do love Steven Regal. Sorry, I love Regal. I think he's great. I think he's one of the all timers to have never won a world title. Um, I think he's a magnificent character guy. He's a great, credible threat when he's portrayed in such a way. He's a great comedy guy. Magnificent heel. Very good babyface, even though he's obviously much better as a heel. Yeah, just jack of all trades, master of all of said trades, to be honest. Like, just incredible. True. Quite possibly. No question about that. That's a bold statement, but he's up there, isn't he? Even at this stage. That was a really short range dropkick. I'm amazed he actually managed to get a dropkick off. Stop tapping. So it bugs the hell out of me when wrestlers just tap when they're put in a hold. But it doesn't mean they tap. Tell him, Bobby. This has been a good start. It's just been, the technical jockeying. But it's been well done. It's been entertaining. What? Acts like he's oblivious. Oh. See, he just tapped again. To me, that tap tap. That's it. That's a submission. Who was Sir William? Like, was he anyone else in wrestling? I'm gonna have a quick Google. Sir William WCW. Bill Dundee. No way, that's Bill Dundee. That's wild. Sir William is Australian. Anyway, what have I missed? They've been outside, apparently. Regal, from what I've seen, hasn't been getting a lot of offense in yet. At some point, he will gain an advantage and do some beating downing, I'm sure, which is probably about to happen now. Point of curiosity, like the TV title, like I know WCW had one, ECW had one. Oh, naughty, naughty. And other companies have had them. I would personally not defend the. You could argue the AEW, TNT, and TBS championships are TV titles as well because they're named after the network that they're on. I personally would have like really, really regular defenses on TV, but not have defenses on pay-per-view. It's a TV title. Like, have it be defended. If not every TV, most TVs. But it's not really, like, necessarily building to much. It's more of like a showcase title. Where you have, like, a workhorse champion and you have them go up against other really good wrestling challengers. You know, and they just get, like, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to showcase what they can do. That's how I would use it, personally. Maybe you could have defenses on pay-per-view as well, but I don't know. I'd be more inclined to not, honestly. Leave an extra space on the pay-per-view card for something else. Oh, hello? Who's that? I bought my ticket. God's sake, Heenan. Why is Heenan wearing a neck brace, by the way? Someone fill me in the comments on what the backstory is with that. Why was Heenan wearing a neck brace at the time? I would hope so. He's literally a champion in one of the biggest companies in the world. He should probably know what he's doing to get to that point. I can't get over how tinny Shivani sounds. Like, is he intentionally taking all the bass out of his voice? He's like talking like this. It's like the equivalent of me talking like this all the time. Like, oh my god, he's got a lock on. It's just, why? Heightening your own voice for seemingly not much reason. I can't tell if it's like a microphone thing, though, because I'd say I've noticed the same thing about JR in this era as well. But it doesn't sound like it's affecting Bobby Heenan the same. So maybe it's a styling thing that they both happen to be using the same sort of style of commentary, which at the time happened to be inhaled helium. Yeah, to me, Bobby Heenan sounds about right. Tony Schiavone is like way up here. Oh, phrasing. Yep. Oof. Ooh. Regal. He was never that tall. That cell. Ow, my bum. I love Regal's facial expressions. They're so good. Grab the tights. One. I could have sworn Heenan was going to say he should have grabbed the tights then. Well, that was rude. Nick Patrick, you can refuse to count, but kicking the man in the arms. Yeah, here we go. Duck and get whopped. Ooh, he should have kept hold of the arm there. Gone into a crossface. Beautiful chance for a transition from Regal there. I know I'm coaching someone in a scripted match 30 years ago, but shush. Let me enjoy my wrestling the way I enjoy my wrestling. He's allowed to use that because he's European. We're not allowed to use them anymore since Brexit. Oh, he got him. That was a weirdly anticlimactic finish to the match. Like, felt very sudden. Didn't really feel like it built to it properly. Fans are into it, though. Good for him. I like Matt Merrow. He does a lot of motivational speaking now, and he seems really humble and I can't think what the word is I'm after, but like well adjusted, I guess now. Seems to have realised like the error of his ways back in his wrestling days, and seems a much better person now for it. Get wrecked. This would have felt more like an appropriate finish than the one that was the finish. Face on him. The Queen's not gonna like this. He says with a straight face. I love Bobby Heenan. Heenan was right all along, guys. He was always talking about how Hogan's not a good guy. And then, bam, heel turn. Bam, weird racism in sex tape. Bam, Bobby was right. Amazing. Having a lovely flashback to a different pay-per-view on this pay-per-view. Well, it was maybe a TV special. More people should do that during Hogan's entrance. He would have lost a lot more. Humanity, understanding, loving kindness. Wow. Irony. that beefcake? He should see a doctor about that. Also, how does it fit in his chest? Against the advice of his attorney? That's not a doctor, that's a lawyer. I'd listen to my doctor before I'd listen to my lawyer about whether I can engage in a physical sport with a bad knee. Are we just reliving the entire match? Are we just having a recap of a match? Okay, yeah, it's like highlights. There's extended highlights? What are the live crowd doing while this is happening? They're just watching this on screens. Oh, there's so much wrong with this man, Heenan. Don't know, that's the point of the mask, mate. If he wanted you to know who he was, he wouldn't wear a mask, would he? I'm sorry, bugbear of mine, you're putting the figure 4 on the wrong leg. The straight leg is the one that's hurt by a figure 4. If you've got an injured... I can't remember which knee was injured there. Right knee? Oh, I don't know. I think it was his left knee, right? So then that's the leg that needs to be straight. Who the hell's Liddy? Hello? Oh, okay. I thought my mic wasn't picking up for a second then. I glanced at my OBS and there was no sign that my mic had been active. I was worried then for a second. I'd have to redo that entire half hour. God, I wonder how much money they made off the hotline. Scamming people out of money with exorbitant price per minute phone calls. Oh wow, getting into that early, are we? Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of what loser leaves means. Goodbye, Kevin. Bang bang. I doubt that. Why has Dave Sullivan got a Hulk Hogan shirt on? I guess mocking him. Also, I really don't remember Dave Sullivan. Well, this one's starting off Nice and calm and quiet and technical, isn't it? Purple bias does not extend to Kevin Sullivan versus Cactus Jack, by the way. 100% would be behind Cactus Jack here. Wow. Heenan supporting the babyface. That's crazy. Oh my god. Do we not have rules in this fight, or are we just doing the WCW thing of just it's basically everything is no DQ except when it suits them to do a DQ finish? Move, Dave. You stood on the mats. Like an egg. Oh no. Oh yeah, exactly, Tony. Yeah, that too. Mick Foley's just nuts, man. He kneels. I don't get that one. I don't know what a miracle here is, so. What? If that's Kevin Sullivan saying, I know his secret weakness, I would argue that's not that secret of a weakness. Like, everyone knew about that at the time, right? And they just announced it on, like, international pay-per-view, so if they didn't know about it, they do now. I'm assuming Kevin Sullivan wins this, because, you know, Cactus Jack does leave WCW sometime around this time, I think, and Kevin Sullivan, I don't think does. I think we still have the Dungeon of Doom Hogan stuff, right? Bring in the Giant and what have you with Kevin Sullivan, whereas towards the end of 94, so like 95, Cactus Jack was in ECW, I think, right? And not long after that, Mankind was in WWF. No, it's for a job. Well, no, surely with where he's positioned, he's going for a power bomb. A pile driver would be on double thick mats, which would still hurt, but it's the strangest place to do a pile driver. Yeah, it's because it's Mick Foley, Tony. Don't worry about it. It's just a nutcase. I mean, there's a lot of faces you won't see on a stamp. Kick him in the ear. Dave's walking a fine line between just getting his brother fired and not, based on referee discretion, it seems. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. So Dave Sullivan's the nice guy, is he? Oh, he's saying, oh, okay. Oh, bye, Felicia. Oh, so maybe he's not mocking Hogan. Maybe he's actually, like, being supportive of Hogan. And that was the finish to Cactus Jack's WCW career? Really? I don't know if the fans are booing because the heel won or booing because that was a rubbish finish. Yeah, here's him on the level. Interfering. Unprovoked. Let's have a look at this finish again, because I barely even saw it, because I didn't think... He hit Dave, and then just fell over, and that is the finishing move of the match. Was him knocking someone else over, and then falling over. Look at Meng / Haku. Matrix Meng. Arn Anderson. Did Arn Anderson just stroke his own penis? But he's just... That's a good one. That's a real zinger. Arn Anderson, what are you doing involved with this? You're going to reach into his manhood to make him quit. Well, I mean, if Arn Anderson shoved his whole hand in my manhood, I would probably quit, to be fair. That doesn't make sense. Dead men can't quit. Alright, men, calm down. Everybody was kung fu fighting. I don't even know him, and Tony Schiavone just like looking exasperated. I love Bobby Heenan. He's probably my favourite commentator ever. I absolutely love him. Holy generic music, Batman. No, he's not, you liar. SS Austin, is he a boat now? Oh my god, that's his actual name on the card. Why have they named him after a boat? A lot of Steve Austin support in the crowd, considering I think he's supposed to be the heel here. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm getting the match that I just got really excited about. Unless he's got some really interesting new attire. That's a hell of a shirt, by the way. Bok Nickwinkle. Say what, Steve? I'll tell you what, the way he was like squaring up to him and staring in his face, you could see the Stone Cold mannerisms, the way he used to get in people's faces while they were cutting a promo. Not the comedically fake crying. I mean the... That's a classic California accent right there. It's just Stone Cold. Amazing. With extra comedic dramatics. Go on, Buck. What? Are you going to tell him who it is? Oh. It's always. We've just done a watch-along of Fall Brawl 99 when Buff Bagwell didn't make it on time. And it was goddamn Jim Duggan then as well. Ah! Why is it always Jim Duggan? What was WCW's massive boner for Jim Duggan? Does my head in. He can't even, like, walk to the ring properly. And then people expect him to be able to wrestle a match. Kick his head in, Steve. I don't know if in the year 2024 it's a hot take to not really care for Jim Duggan and his matches, but certainly wasn't. Hit him in the face with it, Steve. Don't listen to Bok Nick Winkle. Oh, they're gonna... God damn it, I knew they were gonna do it. The saving grace is I don't have to watch Jim Duggan for long. The downside is he's almost definitely going to be on the next watch-along now. People have done many investigations into why WCW went out of business. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it was this moment right here. This is the worst thing that's ever happened in professional wrestling. The worst scripted thing that's ever happened in professional wrestling. I mean, technically, that match was 0 seconds long, as I don't believe an opening bell was ever rung. So that fall is not valid, and therefore, Stunning Steve Austin is still the United States Champion to this day. Oh god, now we have to hear from the... Ugh! Let me know in the comments, do you have any wrestlers that give you this reaction, where you just cannot stand them? Yeah. Agreed. Not a single person was chanting USA until you just started that chant then. Tell that to your employment laws. And your for-profit prisons. Oh god, I thought you were done. I never wrestled a lick. That figures. Can we get a Stone Cold Stunner for this man, please? Ugh. More walking flags. Baby Buff! Buff, it was your fault I had to watch Jim Duggan last time, and now you're high-fiving the man. I'm gonna fall out with you, Buff Bagwell. I was always a Buff Bagwell guy, but I swear, September 2024 is the month I fall out with Buff Bagwell. Also, aren't your jackets the wrong way round? I suppose if you look at them from the back, they're the right way round, yeah. I guess they're meant to be observed from the back. Is that guy again? Who is that guy? is he? Thank goodness. Well, if Tony's that happy at one leaving, you should all leave. Imagine moaning about a fan being loud at a wrestling event. That's not very PC, love. Now, they don't seem very likeable, but I'm supporting them because neither of them high-fived Hacksaw Jim Duggan on TV during this show. Okay. I don't think it has. Sorry, I went quiet there. My other PC randomly seems to have restarted itself. Don't know what that's about. But I've been recording this for less than an hour, so it didn't give me very long warning that it was going to do that, because it's given me way less than an hour. But it's done it. It's sure done it. Honestly, I'm kind of just waiting for the moment it disappears off, the show disappears off my screen and I panic. Oh, shut up, Buff. Marcus, whatever. They're both from the USA as well. Yeah, go on, you two. I'm with them. I'm with those guys. You alright there, Ondoff? You're taking your time taking that jacket off. Match. I'm pretty confident the bell never rang. I'm gonna do an expose on that, and I'm gonna prove who is the rightful United States champion. Sorry, well, actually, no, it wouldn't affect LA Knight because the title has been removed from existence and then brought back. So from the moment it was brought back, it doesn't change. So yeah, LA Knight, you're still US champion. Don't worry. But although I'd have to look into it because maybe the defunction of the title never happened canonically. What's he got him chanting? Paula? Is the joke he just made, this guy's a girl? Sorry, 1994 of you, Buff. Oh my god, he was moving some then, wasn't he? He was hitting them ropes fast. And it's a smaller ring, right? WCW was a 16 by 16 ring, right? So he was hitting ropes at a rate of knots. Why do so many matches start with people working the arm? And then once the match gets going, they proceed to never touch the arm again. It's like a very standard match opening in this era. And yet, most people don't have an arm-related finisher and don't actually work the arm anymore at all once the opening like couple of minutes has been and gone. Weird sort of tradition they have that doesn't make any sense. I gotta be honest, I'm not in love with Paul Orndorff's brand of selling. To be fair though, judging by the colour and seeming consistency of his skin, there's not a lot of stretch in it. It's very leathery, so maybe he just can't like bend properly to sell some of those things that should have made him bend. Look at the speed! He really is moving some. That's why I wear mine. Fun fact, I'm sure most people know this, but the Patriot, when he was in the WWF, actually used Kurt Angle's famous theme music way before Kurt Angle ever did. That was a repurposed theme song. And I think it might have even been used before the Patriot for like a show or something. I can't remember. I never did understand humanoid as an insult. I guess it's an insult because it's humanoid, not human. So it's like implying they're human shaped, but they're not actually humans, I guess. But on a very literal sense, calling someone humanoid, like, you're human shaped. Strange insult for a human. Like I say, there's the implied read between the lines insult, but just flat out reading it as it said. It's a strange insult. Oh god. Well, of all the wrestle moves I've ever seen, that is the most recent. I mean, yeah, do it. I'm sure he hasn't got like a reason other than to look like a numpty. Hang on. Like, it's not necessarily my favourite name in the world, but what's wrong with Marcus and Alexander as names? They're just guy names. Like, what's the issue? Don't agree with you on that one, Bobby. The fact that they called him Buff is a bit weird. Referee's being generous with those near falls. It's like 1, 2, and then that's when the pin reversed on about 4, maybe 5. By his cadence at the time, it would have been about a 4.5 count. Would have been a really nice dropkick that had he kept his legs in the same like state. Like, the height he got and the execution was really nice, except only one leg cooperated. The other one just sort of flung off in a random direction. Look at that! That was nice. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that. Pretty impressive, you know? And people say he was the worst horseman. Let's see Arn Anderson do that. Oh yeah, WCW's stupid rule about over the top rope. Oh, it's so dumb. It's so very dumb. You know what else is kind of dumb? Having the commentator sat there. It's kind of wild when you think about it. Oh, goodness. Well, Paul Roman's having a good time. What's out for Orndorff? Look at him! That's genuinely quite impressive. The one way he did it and landed on it like backwards is more impressive, but still. We are waiting a minute because he needs to get back into doing what he's doing. Oh, that can't feel fun. Did you just dump all that ice on top of that man? No, he did it to himself. What's he doing? He was hiding the bottle of water and then he just put it down. I assume that's going to come into it. Nope, that guy just moved it. So that was utterly the way he was concealing that bottle of water that seemed very deliberate was very pointless. Oi, pay attention, Roma. That was funny. So their name comes from Pretty Paul Roma and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, the pretty and wonderful bits. But then they've double punned it by on the back of his trunks had Pretty Number Wonderful. Like the number 1. Aren't you supposed to take the step forward when you've got the guy in the air? What's the referee going to do? Is he going to DQ him? I could see it being a DQ finish. It's just not listening. I've never seen a more ineffectual referee didn't see the tag spot. That was brilliant. Ouch. Bagwell and Roma, I think. Yeah. Like, usually it's like you know, the referee grabs the guy. Oh, okay, that was the actual finish as well. Wild. But that one, the referee was like, no, Patriot. And the Patriot was like, actually, yes. And then just proceeded to demolish both of them for like 5 minutes. That was wild. Okay, it wasn't 5 minutes, but you know what I mean. That was pretty funny. I'm glad you lost, Bagwell. Yeah, high five, Duggan. You showed up late in 1999, and I had to watch Duggan then as well. Get your act together, Bagwell. Well, we're not going to be friends anymore. I'm not going to be your fan anymore. I stand up for Buff Bagwell with relation to the getting kicked out of WWF thing after the after WCW was bought. I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't think like the match kind of stunk, but they kept Booker T around. You know, it takes two to tango and all that. How egotistical is Orndorff? Roma has Pretty Wonderful on his trunks, the team name. Orndorff just has Mr. Number Wonderful. Like, just himself. God, what a bad tag partner. Sort it out, Roma. Have a word. Have a word, best horseman. Good luck. I mean, they can talk to him, but good luck understanding what he says back. Something about USA. And Hose, his godfather's friend. Nasty Dream. It's a stretch as to whether that's an actual thing or not. Probably not. Eat what? Cage. Oh god, the yelling. Oh god, can we just let Dusty talk? Here we go. You see how he managed to cut a promo without screaming? Shut up, knobs. Am I referring to Brian or just collectively talking to them too? I don't know. God, I feel sorry for Mean Gene. So that's our next watch along from 1994, it would seem. Well, our next WCW watch along from 1994, I should say. Muhammad Ali. Triangle match between Vader, Sting, and some guy. Guardian. Oh, it's Big Boss Man. Oh, no way. I forgot he was ever called the Guardian Angel. What a rubbish name. It's probably Vader, right? Vader versus Hogan makes most sense. I don't know. I don't know if the Guardian Angel's heel. I'm guessing not, by the fact that he and Sting both have a problem with Vader. That makes them probably both faces. So yeah, probably Vader. What? No, they're not. That's the whole point. They're not going one-on-one. God, they're loving faffing about with these pictures in Microsoft PowerPoint, aren't they? Good idea. Before having a wrestling match in a wrestling ring between three guys, let's bring the three guys to the ring. Good shout. What a rubbish name. Yeah, I have no idea who wins this. I have not been doing predictions throughout the show like I have done in the past in some watch-alongs where I've not known the results. But I'm guessing Vader wins. Vader with Harley Race. That's a duo you would not, no matter how many of your friends you can bring, want to get into a fight with, right? Imagine it's like, yeah, you have to fight these. You can bring whoever you want. I'd still be like, no, I'm good. I'm good, actually. Bock Nickwinkle's getting involved again. God, what do you want now? Surfer Sting is so weird to me because I got into wrestling through Crow Sting. So him being all like this is so weird to me. I know he's been animated since turning into like black and white Sting, but it's just bizarre to me. Wait. So they're not actually going to do a triple threat? Oh, that's a weird concept. This is a weird rule set. It's like a tournament, but with only 3 people. So one's got some mad advantage. That's crazy. That mask cannot be comfy. First man off his feet. Alright. Boss man? So is Heenan just trying to see how many times he can get away with saying boss man? With the Guardian Angel on screen. Yeah, should he be going into matches expecting to lose them? Is that your top tip, Tony Schiavone? He outweighs him by 100 pounds. I find that hard to believe. Big Boss Man's a big boy. I know Vader's a very big boy, but 100 pounds? That's a lot. Welcome to my science lesson. Did he just knee him in the balls? I mean, that's not what Guardian Angel's selling. Sorry, I think I just peaked my mic massively then. $450 though. Okay, maybe he is 100 heavier if he's 450. That's crazy. Got him. That was... I don't think Nick Patrick knows what a midsection or a genitalia is. What move did he even, like, pretend to try and do there? There was no even attempt at, like, looking like you were doing a double axe handle or anything. He just sort of flopped off the top rope. I was really looking forward to seeing a triple threat, because they're few and far between in this era of wrestling. Turns out they're not bothering. They're doing it a really weird way instead. No way. Okay. Okay. I mean, we've seen worse finishes on this show. Cough, Cactus Jack, cough. Oh, my life. And the mask's off. I don't know why Vader bothers wearing the mask. He clearly hates it. He takes it off in, like, every match. Nick Patrick's face. Guardian Angel moved about 25 minutes before Vader punched Harley Race in the face there. That was brilliant. Like, moved out the way and Vader went, yeah, screw it, whack. You know the Family Guy bit where Peter's got a baseball bat because they think there's burglars, and Meg's like, Dad, what is it? Is there burglars? Oh my god, where are they? Da-da-da. And it goes on for like a minute, and then he hits her in the face with the bat and goes, oh, sorry, Meg, you startled me. It was like that. I don't think he could. Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I'm predicting that as well. Right, he punched him specifically in one tooth. Right in the bicuspid. What was that referee doing there at all? I think Vader should say he hit the referee on purpose, because otherwise he just stuck his arm out for no reason. Alright. Vader versus Sting. I mean, let's be honest, who really would rather have seen Guardian Angel versus Sting? They've built up both of them to have a problem with Vader. Vader winning the first fall was very predictable in this. I thought they were getting a 30-second rest period. It's already been more than that, and we've not even had Sting's music yet. Danish. That's in the past. That's a great way to dismiss, like, someone having done something wrong. Ah, that's in the past. Yeah, 30 seconds ago. Now it's in the past. It's Sting! Why are you putting your mask back on, Vader? It'll be off by the end of the match anyway. What? Vader and Hogan are good friends, are they? Hoo-hoo! That doesn't even make sense. They don't all land, do they, Bobby? They don't all land. But you know what? Enough of his land that I'll always forgive him the ones that don't. There's a classic hammer nigger. I thought he was going to say hang with Cactus Jack. You know, because of the ear thing. Oof. Oh, Sting's having none of it. I do love a Sting no-sell. Even this version of Sting still no-sells brilliantly. Yep. No-sell again. Was someone on strike at this point, or was that just a random comment? Have they got confused as to what the next spot is? Quick, let's tie up so we can talk about it. I think Vader was supposed to Vader was supposed to reverse the Irish whip. This is what was supposed to happen. I mean, to be fair, putting him down's the easy bit. The fact that Vader probably outweighs Sting by 200 pounds, by like a whole Finn Balor, is crazy. Hey, what's wrong with cold pizza? Why is he not pinning him? You just kick him in the balls. I mean, I guess technically he's hitting him in the, no, he's not hitting him in there. He's hitting him in the, hamstring, technically. But the first one very much looked like it was just straight in the balls. Also, why is Bobby Heenan not questioning why is Vader not wearing a mask? Is he ugly like he was with the Patriot? Why didn't he go for the pin? There was no explanation for why he didn't go for the pin. Oh, bye. Weird rope to hit to rebound and do that, but I guess it works. It's a snazzy jacket, that, isn't it? It's a snazzy jacket. Wait, yeah, is the clothesline over the top not a DQ? The mask's off, I told you. Called it. Nope. Not this time, Harley Race. That's wild. They've got a lot into 5 minutes. Feels like more than 5 minutes have gone. But not in like a bad way. Not in a this is tedious. It feels like it's been going forever way. Been going at a rate of knots in this one, haven't they? Has there been some miscommunications? There's been a few bits that I feel like they've redone because it didn't go right in this 5 to 6 minutes so far match. Here we go. That was a very subtle little conversation had there by Vader. Telling Sting what's going next. He hit one earlier and just didn't even go for the pin. Oh. Go on then. Go on, big man. Nope. Nope. That's not what that expression means, but sure. Oh my life! Yeah. Wasn't a lot of room for Vader to rotate there. He managed it, but jeez. I should hope not. Don't want to see superplexes in my American football or hockey. That's not how it works. Oh, elbow drops. There's something off about this. I know Vader and Sting are capable of better than this, and like, there's been a few weird moments. That's not a crucifix, that's a Samoan drop, my dude. Oh, sorry, big stretch. Woo! Mad elevation on the Stinger splash. Easy for me to say. Just something feels off. Can't fully put my finger on it, but something's off. Oh my god. Get Triple H. Confirmed, Triple H is the solution to Vader. It's super glue. That's still the weirdest thing about this match, was that first Vader bomb. He made no attempt to pin him after it. Who? Well, wait. Right, if you've got a 15-minute time limit, but then all that happens at the end of 15 minutes is they add another 5 minutes on, that is a 20-minute time limit, and may as well just be advertised as such. Because there is zero consequence to going over 15 minutes. Oh, sorry, knocking my microphone all over the place. No, that's Hart, Tony. What a silly goose. Harley Race is rocking a bit of a mustache as well, though. I didn't know the sort of early mid-90s was so mustache heavy. Vader's like, I think I'll go in this ring for a bit. The weirdness continues. The weirdness continues. Why have we just switched rings? Is it? Why are we just in a different ring? So just to confirm, if a wrestling match isn't a Falls Count Anywhere match, you can't pin outside, you can't pin elsewhere in the arena. But if you find another ring, you can pin them in that. So if you're in a Falls Count Anywhere match, and you leave the arena and go down the road to, like, say you're in Florida and you go to the Performance Center and you get in a ring and then pin them, you can just pin them there. As long as you're in a ring. This match is so weird. They spent so much time in pins. Like, is one of them concussed? I'm trying to figure out why everything feels so very, very off. And I just can't quite put my finger on why. Well, no, 5 minutes and 45 seconds remain because nothing happens at the 15-minute mark. I feel like they came up with 5 minutes worth of ideas. Well, no, that's not fair actually, because the opening 5 minutes was very action-packed. They've come up with like 7 minutes worth of ideas for a 15-minute match. He's not even got a scorpion on. So, this is the dumbest thing ever. So, they could have just done a three-way, but they didn't. They did two one-on-ones in a row, with the heel being the outnumbered guy, which is dumb. Then they set a 15-minute time limit, except if they surpass the 15-minute time limit, they get an extra 5 minutes, so it's actually a 20-minute time limit. This is the dumbest thing ever. People say WCW changed and went to pot in like 2000, 2001. WCW was always like this. Just nonsensical decisions. They just started speedrunning it in the year 2000. That guy in the crowd's got a nice mustache as well. Like, it's not like it's the fashion and everyone has one, but there's enough, isn't there? Enough prominent ones. Oh, I thought you meant no one had stood up because it wasn't very exciting. I was going to say, I mean, yeah, but you're not supposed to acknowledge it. Imagine still in the year of our Lord 1994 telling Vader off for punching. That ship sailed, mate. Like, it has been established that Vader is not going to not punch. Are they kissing? Oh no, he's biting. Okay. I thought you just snugged him. Snug him. He gets turned on by it. Gets an erection. The blood drains from the rest of his body to his erection. He passes out. You pin him. It's foolproof. It's a great plan, honestly. What, when you've got a... Are they talking about the same thing I'm talking about? This has honestly been a bit rubbish. The first like 5 minutes or so of it were pretty good, and then nothing else has happened in the remaining like nearly 15 minutes afterwards. I'm with you, Harley Race. I'm ready for this to be over. Okay, yes, we understand what off his feet means. Other razor brands are available. This has all been... It's all been so weird. I know I keep saying it, but I just can't quite piece together exactly why it's been weird, but it's felt off for, like, the vast majority of this portion of the match. I think everyone knows. I think the writing's on the wall that they're going to the time limit here. I think everyone knows. They're not even trying to, like, disguise the fact that they're time wasting. That was the quickest 5 seconds in the history of the world. They forgot to ring the bell. They goofed the finish. They goofed the finish after all that. After putting a random Big Boss Man match on first. For no reason. Except for to make Vader at a disadvantage, which is what you should always do to the heel. And then 20 more minutes. And they botched the finish. And then they go to this rubbish stipulation. I'd laugh so much if after all this, Vader, like, trips and falls going through the ropes or something and loses when he was supposed to win. Why have we switched things again? Suddenly it's turned into a boxing match. Oh, WCW is so weird, man. Suddenly, he can't knock Sting over with a clothesline. Crazy how that changes. It's like when you're in a Royal Rumble and suddenly it's the hardest thing ever to throw someone over the top rope, when every other match in the world, someone goes over the top rope every single match. Royal Rumble, suddenly, no one can go over the top rope. I'm with you, Heenan. Oh! Going after Harley Race. Okay, that's the visual fall that we needed. Pretty sure Vader's winning now. Why is the referee getting him? Oh! There's that masked man again. How do you know he's got a mask on? Oh, the crowd are kicking off with him. Oh, God. Still real to me, damn it. Called it. Called it about 25 minutes, but feels like 25 years ago. Actually, it's 30 years ago, isn't it? But you know what I mean. I can't understand having someone like Vader, and you're going to put him up against Hulk Hogan, and you want him to look like an actual threat, because no one ever looks like a threat against Hulk Hogan, because it's Hulk Hogan. And so what you do is you do this nonsense so that he gets a win, but doesn't look like as much of a threat as he should do. Aside from all the stupid rules of this match, the booking itself is kind of dumb as well. And I hope I never do again. Who's he talking to? I love how much Tony hates Bobby. Obviously in character. I love it. Oh, why'd you have to remind me about Jim Duggan? He got him! He got him, he made him laugh. Oh god, here we go. Even though he's not there, we still have to put up with Hulk Hogan. Glad we're bigging up the feud between Hogan and Flair ahead of Hogan Vader. Good stuff. So the biggest feud in wrestling per Mean Gene Okerlund is Hogan versus Flair. So here's a show with neither of them on it. The booze as well. Go on then, 1994 fans. Get him told. I love that he's just working out. He's like, oh, I didn't know you were going to throw to me right now. No one prepared me. I don't know what the camera's doing there. Oh, it's so dumb. What is going on? What? Money. Why does he talk like this? This is longer than the Vader match. I wonder who's going to win that one. Imagine if there was just 5 women at the table. Jesus Christ, how many times do we have to reiterate the same damn point? This show's awful. Between that weird Vader match, this segment, the Jim Duggan nonsense. Having to listen to the Nasty Boys. How are we still going? It's a top secret. I'm saying it on international pay-per-view. Are you going to do one? Are you going to do one squat at any point? Upper body business, brother. I'm not going to say anything. And I'm sure Ric Flair knows literally no one watching the show who's going to just go and tell him. How long did that take, seriously? That was ridiculous. Bonkwinkle. Bonk Nickwickle. It's Bonk Nickwickle. A salad steel cage? Wow, what are you smoking? Why? Why? Mean Gene's like, no, I won this place, sunshine. And it'll probably be shorter than that telephone call. They're getting the money's worth out of... I think they've bought shares in, like, a steel cage manufacturing company or something. Anyway, Michael Buffer. What? What's he on about? Is he comparing war games to actually going to war? Protect your penis, guys. Protect your penis. That feels a bit insulting to the armed forces, to be honest. Just as men will go into a foreign country and be shot, these 8 men will go into a cage match in professional wrestling. It's the same thing, guys. The same level of intensity, the same level of fear, the same risk. Actually, looking at the flimsiness of that cage, it might be the same risk. It's been about 3 years since the last match. Can we crack on? I mean, I'd rather see Meng than Colonel Robert Parker in the match. Mean Gene takes no poop. Don't you touch me. Right. I hope this main event's good, but I bet it's not. I don't think many of the WCW era War Games matches were actually good. It's a good concept, but I don't think many of the matches are good. A lot of them are just kind of boring. WWE era, NXT and main roster, amazing. Great matches. You're not selling yourself great. Just what everyone looks for in a tag team partner. Out of shape, spindly legged, whatever else he said. Ah, I'm not sure about the kiss. Like, not on the mouth, eh? Meng not doing very much. No, I'm good, actually. No, yeah, that's it. That's one of the greatest no sells I've ever seen. Oh my god, can we get to the match? There's only half an hour left now. When the Vader Sting Big Boss Man nonsense started, there was about an hour and a half left. It's been an hour since then, and we've had one and a bit wrestling matches, which were bad, a phone call, and a video package. This is so stupid and cheesy. Is that nasty enough? This video package was brought to you by Camembert, because it's cheesy as hell. Someone just woke Keenan up. Looks like he's just had a nap. And honestly, mate, you've missed nothing. Probably Owen. Who the hell's Owen? Owen's not in the match. I could get hurt. Oh, God. So that's 17 minutes. Uh... Be doing well to have a count out when you're in a cage. So, it's 17 minutes plus the end. And we've got 30 minutes. Anderson. Who's Bunkhouse Buck? I don't know who that is. Who's the random woman? Who's she? Like, that guy's a cameraman. What's she doing? Like, what on earth is she doing? Just standing there looking stern. For some reason. That's the Nasty Boys right there on screen. The production quality is abysmal. Okay, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but I'm going to say this right now, and I 100% mean this. There is not a hint of irony in my voice. I am being 100% sincere. WCW 2000 and 2001 is infinitely more watchable than WCW 1994. It might be a car crash, but at least it's an entertaining car crash. This is a slow motion car crash where you watch the cars meet for like 20 minutes and then the camera cuts to a local tree during the crash and you don't even get to see the crash. Anyway, we're starting things off with Arn Anderson and Dustin Rhodes, so that's something. That's something good at least. Let's have two good wrestlers for the first 5 minutes, eh? They've not even done the coin toss yet. Well, spoiler alert, the heels are winning. Wait, you're saying it's not going to be interesting for the next 5 minutes? Well, we might as well all turn over and come back then, eh? To be honest, if it is interesting, they're probably going to get fired for missing the memo of this pay-per-view. The first two matches had terrible finishes. Then we got bait and switch it on Austin Steamboat for a -1 second Jim Duggan versus Steve Austin squash match for no reason. The disrespect. And then we had that triangle match debacle. Then that goddamn phone call segment. Oh my god. Reverse MRI. It's pretty funny that the rings aren't even touching. Is that not dangerous? Yeah, so this War Games match can be the only slight saving grace, and let's be honest, looking at the back of that mullet suddenly doesn't fill me with hope. If the Nasty Boys are in your main event, I'm not sure that's a great show. The good news, guys, for me and for you, if you're going to stick around and be long-term subscribers, is we've watched this show now. 10 years, we don't have to celebrate the 40th anniversary by watching it again. We've watched this show. We don't watch this show ever again. By the way, yeah, kick him. I was just about to say kick him in the nads. Yep, there it is. I was just about to say this is a cage match. This is War Games. There are no disqualifications. If I've got 5 minutes to fight and then potentially be 2v1 for the next 2 minutes against me, and I don't even know whether it's going to go for me or against me going in, the very, very, very first opportunity I get, I am kicking that guy in the balls, and then I'm going to grab hold of his legs, and I'm going to stomp on his balls for the 5 minutes. That man is not getting up in that next 2 minutes. Just in case it's one of his friends that's coming in. People don't cheat enough in wrestling. Well, I mean, it's not even cheating. In matches with no rules, there's not enough matches that start with just someone kicking someone in the balls. When there's no rules, the first thing you do is kick them in the balls. Every time. I don't care if you're a babyface or a heel. Honourable, in terms of professional wrestling, is just another word for stupid. Like, I'm sorry, it just is, because they always end up getting done in by the less honourable heel that they're fighting. When they know that that heel is going to do that thing. They know full well. The thing going around at the moment, I wear sunglasses so people can't see where I'm looking. That's a meme at the moment, right? Oh, excuse me. Woo! Have the heels even won the coin toss yet? Like, they're petitioning to get in the cage quickly, but do they even know yet that it's them? What are you doing, Dustin? There we go, he's figured out how to do a hold. That seems sketchy. That seems sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I have no idea who Bunkhouse Buck is or why Bunkhouse Buck is. But I've seen him throw a couple of punches and a kick now, and he's got some intensity about him, if nothing else. This is why you needed to kick Arn Anderson in the Ghoulies for 5 minutes, Dustin. Not just once. That's the shortest mullet I've ever seen in my life. It's a fun-educational show. We're learning that a minute is 60 seconds long, guys. Now we know. I love how Heenan was like, there's no way Dusty can stand here and watch two men beat up his son for 2 minutes and not get in there. And Dusty proceeds to watch two men beat up his son for 2 minutes and not get in there. What are they trying to... Why are none of these professional wrestlers able to apply a very basic submission hold? They step inside War Games and they just forget how to wrestle. If I were the heels there, I would have simply gone and stood at the ropes, and when he stepped through, kicked the middle rope up into his balls. Yes, I would hit a lot of people in the balls in a War Games match. What of it? What's the expression about all's fair in love and War Games? Like, you know. I would only kick someone in the balls if I'm in love with them or in a War Games match. That's what that saying means, right? Oof. Yeah, I mean, that's because you've got a pathetic sized cage. Yeah, Sags has the right idea. Hit him in the balls repeatedly. No, don't present your balls to him, Dustin. Hit him in his. He just did it again. Sags got the memo. He's listening. My voice is travelling back 30 years and several thousand miles across the Atlantic, and somehow Jerry Sags is hearing my advice. Why? There's a roof on the damn thing. Why did he throw a chair? He couldn't even throw it in if he tried. Oh my god, Terry. You nutter. You could have just simply kicked them. That's the same effect. That's the same exact effect. What? Why are we talking about the legal man? This is not a tag team match, player. Hey, I heard you liked a wild one. This might be... I mean, I've got to see the finish first, because the only thing that made the Regal match bad was the finish. And honestly, the Cactus Jack match wasn't terrible until the finish either. So I've got to see the finish yet, but so far this is the least terrible thing on the show. Terry Funk, put your shoe on, you nut job. Terry Funk is not right. Sags is like, we've got a spot planned, my dude. Go away. Oh, my life. Bye, Tezza. It's like there's a gap between the rings. Alright. Racist Kermit the Frog from Family Guy. Yes, back the way you came. Yeah, I can't do a Kermit. Was he just brought up? Old Terry One Shoe. No, they all did the wrong thing. They should have kicked the rope up into his balls. Yeah, it's alright, Tony. It took me, like, probably about a decade to fully get used to which one's which as well. Or rather, it wasn't get used to which was. It was remember Jerry Sags' name. I knew Brian Knobbs, like, straight away, because it's funny. But Jerry Sags just would not stick with me. Right, so here's my opinion on this show. If you were to show someone who's never watched wrestling, or who doesn't like wrestling actively, this show, you would not convert someone to a new fan. That's why it's not good. And also, I'm a pretty die-hard fan. I've been watching for 27 years. And I run an entire YouTube channel based on it and do a lot of wrestling stuff on my EBEZAsimsgames channel. And have been known to do stuff on my original channel as well to do with wrestling. Like, I'm a pretty hardcore fan. I've got a Twitter account just for wrestling, like, as well. I watch AEW, all 3 shows. I watch WWE, both shows. I watch NXT. I watch Impact, well, TNA. Like, every week. All of that. And all of their PLEs, PPVs, whatever you want to call it. And I did used to keep up with New Japan, but I fell out with that during the pandemic when it wasn't very good. And just never could get back into it. The point is, I'm a pretty hardcore wrestling fan. And I don't enjoy this either. So, you can't get a new fan involved. You can't encourage a new fan with this. And a hardcore fan isn't caring for it. Who's it for? By the way, also, there's no disqualification, so Colonel Robert Parker can simply take Meng in with him. There is no disqualification. He can do whatever he wants. It's no disqualification. Just take your guy in. Also, might I recommend kicking people in the balls? Right, come on, Dustin. Be smart. Let him in. No, in the balls. In the balls, my guy. You say, son. In the balls! I didn't think I'd be spending my time this afternoon. I'm recording this on Sunday. Sunday afternoon. I didn't think I'd be spending my Sunday afternoon yelling, in the balls, in the balls. But here we are. Hey, he's been there for the first one, and now he might have been there for the worst one. I don't know. That's probably not true. There's others that are terrible as well. And this one, do you know what? For all that I'm critiquing the lack of kicking each other in the balls, this one's not been that bad. This has actually been okay. One Shoe Terry's still knocking about. Does anyone know where his boot is? Bunkhouse Book's like, oi! Nobs is like, let me get out of the way first, my dude. Meng could go under the ring and then come up through the gap between them as well. Although he might be a bit thick, actually, to get in up through that gap between the 2 rings. He's a bit of a thicker boy than a Terry Funk, isn't he? Fans are going for this, going for the Dusty chant. I still don't understand why Meng didn't just get into the cage. You know what? I don't understand why all of them didn't just flood the cage the first time their door opened. Like, it's War Games. No disqualification, no pins, no nothing. Just submission or surrender. And everyone's just very kindly following all the rules. Brahma Bull? Are you telling me The Rock stole that? Meng, just get in. He's gonna climb the cage and do what? There's a roof. I mean, look for the shaking side. I think he's over on the left side of the screen, Bobby. Kick him in the balls, Dusty. Oh, that, I guess. I don't know why Knobs is even worried about it. How is he not submitted yet? This is burying the figure four, the Dusty Rhodes figure four. The fact that this non-wrestler still hasn't submitted to it, even with extra men beating him down. There we go. That should have happened within seconds. That is a multiple-time world champion applying a signature submission hold to a non-wrestler. And he's just like, I'll just chill in it for a couple of minutes. It's crazy. That was the best bit of the show. That match. That War Games. Even though it was a bit anticlimactic, that was the best bit of the show. Would have been better with Meng in it. It would have been so much better with him in it. Headbutts the camera. Go on, lad. Main event of Halloween Havoc. Jackie Crockett versus Bobby the Brain Heenan. Camera on a pole match. I don't know quite what to make of that show overall. It was confusing. Most of it was anticlimactic. The bits of it that had a climax at all. That 104-year match with Vader in it was ridiculous. Then the 104-year phone call was equally ridiculous. What was good about that show? I guess the Regal Johnny B. Bad match until the finish, which was just weird and sudden. And the Cactus Jack match was fine until the finish again. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But for me, that's one of the weakest things, the weakest shows we've done a watch along of on the channel. Not a fan. Not a fan. Like I said, at least WCW 2000 you got to see the car crash. At least it was an entertaining one. What is this last 7 minutes going to consist of? There's 7 minutes left on the show. And the match is over and one of the teams has left. The winning team has left. What are we going to do for 7 minutes? Like, I could just end the video here, but I genuinely want to know, what are we going to do for 7 whole minutes? Are we going to have another Ric Flair Hogan... No, there's not time for that. Not time for another phone call. Okay, we're getting replays of splashes and elbow drops and bears, oh my. And who also didn't submit for minutes. So Dusty Rhodes figure 4 is the weakest submission hold ever. Got it. He only really submitted because the Nasty Boys wouldn't stop sitting on him. We've still got 5.5 minutes left, and we've now had the replay as well. Why are they broadcasting this? The show should have finished like 2 minutes ago. So far? What do you mean so far? There is no show left. Do you mean Bonk Nickwickle? Bonk Nickwickle? They've given him a mic that doesn't work. There we go. Oh, if only you knew just how much longer both of those men would go for, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Triple threat! Triple threat! Who? How will you show me if there's not a camera? Hang on. Hang on. If you can't get a camera there, how are you going to show people on Saturday? How are you going to show people the thing you didn't have a camera there for? Reenactment? We're going to do a reenactment with Lego figures? WCW in the mid-90s before the NWO is the dumbest thing ever. Oh, we got a replay of that now? Tire iron. Heenan told you what it was. Yeah, there you go. How is that a bad thing? Isn't that what you use to change a tire? Shouldn't lots of people know about that? Who? Who's got the hands on Mean Gene? Unhand him! Bobby Heenan's off. Producer Tony Schiavone. How is he producing? He was out there on a live mic the whole night. Oh, multitasking Jones over there. Hey, that's Timmy Jones. Yeah, anyway. Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments. I'd love to hear from people that think this is an amazing show. That would be a dream to me. Like, I'd love you to explain to me in great detail why this is a great show. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new here. I'm usually a lot more positive about wrestling, but that was very hard to be positive about. Share with your friends if you think they'd like to sit through this show one more time with me tearing it to shreds. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been EBEZA, you've been amazing, and I will see you next time.